I'm sorry in advance for this one. I want to be excited about it, I want to hype it up because that's what a good YouTuber would do. But I also don't want to let you down. Yes, the bunkers are open in Urzikstan, all of them except for one. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get into those bunkers and what's inside. Just don't get your hopes up. If you do enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, Season 3 Reloaded is here, and the only change listed in the patch notes for Urzikstan is that the bunkers are opening, that there's a way to get into the bunkers. So obviously, I was excited. I kind of really got started with making Warzone content because of Bunker 11 back in Verdansk. So I was excited to see what they were going to hide in there. Was it going to be a tease about the next Call of Duty game maybe? The beginning of some kind of ARG, that could be cool. Maybe they'd be connecting it to the future zombie story. Or maybe there'd just be some kind of cool Easter egg and puzzle inside. There isn't. As soon as we dropped into the game, because the patch notes had told us about the bunkers, we headed straight for Bunker 1, and you get this little message around the minimap saying there's a bunker nearby. That's new, it's going to tell players where the bunkers are, because to be honest, it's actually kind of tricky to find a lot of the bunkers. There's 12 dotted around the map, and I think loads of players have no idea where they are. If you want to find them for yourself, I use Warzone TAC map, super handy map, and you can filter it just to the bunkers, and then you can see where every single one is. Anyway, if you get to a bunker door, it will say open the bunker, try and interact with it, and it will say that you need a keycard. Thankfully, getting a keycard is unbelievably easy. Just complete a contract. I'm pretty sure it can be any contract. We've done it with Most Wanted, Recon, and Scavenger. I don't think we tried it with Bounty, but when you do get the rewards for completing a contract, there should be on the floor a little bunker access card. Pick that up and it will immediately ping, I think, the closest bunker to you, but it will definitely ping a bunker that's going to be in a circle. Oh, and by the way, you can do this in Plunder as well as Battle Royale. It's probably a little bit easier in Plunder. So if you want, you can go to the bunker that it pinged on a map for you, or you can actually just go to any of the bunkers except for Bunker 7, and more on that in a little bit, and then just go to the door, interact with it, and it will open up. It still has the same problem that we've had since Warzone 1, where you have to wait for the entire animation to finish before you can get in. You can't like sneak in when there's enough of a space. The door is still there, I guess, really, until the animation is finished. But then you can head inside to the bunkers and see what's there. And it's not really a lot. There's some boxes, some computers. There's another bunker door further in. I don't think it looks like they're going to be opening anytime soon, but who knows? Remember back in Verdansk, we did have a load of secondary bunker doors. They actually had keypads next to them as well, and they never opened. So I'm not really getting my hopes up for these ones. All of the bunkers have pretty much the same layout. Some of them have a little corner as soon as you go in, and then it will be the same layout, but there'll be a little vent off to the right that will take you through to another room, or you can go through into the main room, and then there's little kind of side rooms on the left and right behind you. Inside each of them, there'll be a bunch of boxes. There'll be some normal boxes, some orange boxes, and then one of the boxes will be a bunker supply box, and that will have a gold tier weapon, so it has a bunch of attachments on it. We've seen strikers and cat AMRs for sure, and then however many durable gas masks you need for your entire squad. Because there's so many decent boxes in here, you do get a lot of money, and I'm sure doing this will be quite a good strategy for people who are serious about Warzone. It's just not very exciting. One bunker is a little bit different. If you go to Bunker 5, which is the one that actually opened a few seasons ago, that's still got the big tubes with people floating in them, maybe zombies, I'm not really sure what they're meant to be. It kind of made me think that maybe this wasn't meant to open a few seasons ago and that was some kind of mistake or something. I don't know, I've got no idea why they opened it, then they closed it again, and now you have to do something to open it, but it's exactly the same inside. Seems really strange. I kind of thought when we first saw that maybe it was kind of a hint about where Black Ops might be going, maybe with the zombie storyline, but there's no new information. There's no like notes anywhere. There's nothing to interact with. There's no audio or anything. They're just rooms essentially filled with boxes. The one bunker that's different is Bunker 7, just because you can't interact with the door at all. Now, there is some new graffiti on the wall that Cassian on my Discord noticed, so there's something a bit different, I guess. I've got no idea who it's referring to in the graffiti. Maybe it's important. I'm kind of thinking in the back of my head somewhere that we've seen this graffiti before. Let me know in the comments if you can remember where. But anyway, you can't get into Bunker 7. If you go above it, you can hear that there's boxes inside it. So I'm kind of leaning towards the idea that maybe Bunker 7 is just bugged and it's meant to open like all of the others, but for whatever reason, the door doesn't work. Maybe there's some kind of complicated Easter egg. People have suggested trying to open up every other bunker. We've done it not in the same game, so across a series of games, we've opened up every single one of the other bunkers, and Bunker 7 still didn't open. In theory, maybe you could do it in one game. I guess in Plunder, you could probably do it, but it's still going to be pretty tight because that means doing 11 contracts on top of picking up the key cards and then going and opening the bunkers. If you had a group of you doing it, so one person going and opening the bunkers while other people complete the contracts, I think maybe that's possible. And again, let me know in the comments if anything happens. But I'm kind of inclined to believe that absolutely nothing will happen, so I don't really want to waste my time trying to do it. Overall, I'm just really disappointed with this. I was really hoping that the bunkers were going to be something cool. I even spoke to Ted Timmins at COD Next last year. So Ted Timmins is the creative director of Warzone. I've spoken to him a few times. He's a really nice guy, very friendly, very approachable as well. He was happy to talk about the game. And after I got to play this map in the little preview at COD Next, I said to him, oh yeah, my first game landed. I found a bunker. That's really cool. And he was like joking, saying, oh, we'll have to put something cool inside there for you. I'm really hoping that he just forgot about it and this isn't what it meant, because there's nothing cool in these bunkers. And this kind of seems to be symptomatic of what's happening across Call of Duty as a whole. Like this Season 3 Reloaded update, there's just nothing really. Multiplayer might be cool, I don't know. I've heard people in multiplayer having a great time. They've got a bunch of new maps and stuff like that and they've got Escort, so maybe that's great. But for Warzone and MWZ, it just doesn't feel very exciting. Like, we've had nothing on Urzikstan for ages. I'm not really sure what Raven are doing because they didn't make the Rebirth or Fortune's Keep remasters. That was Beanox and High Moon. I'm not really sure what Raven are working on, and I don't even know which team are really working on zombies anymore, but we went through the zombie story mission, me and Flynn, and it was just terrible. Like, you do the story mission, you go in and you complete the same challenge 3 times, twice, so you just kind of do one thing 3 times twice, and then you fight a supposed boss that's exactly the same as just a bunch of normal enemies you've been fighting for ages. It's unbelievably basic, and even the cutscene afterwards is just incredibly predictable and boring. I've got no idea what they're doing. The one thing that I'm really hoping for is that the main studios are working on something that we don't know about. That actually there's kind of a skeleton crew, a small number of staff working on these updates, trying to give us something so we don't wonder what else is happening, just trying to keep it ticking along with the seasonal updates, and they're all going to blow our minds when they reveal the next game. Maybe it'll be a proper Warzone 3, maybe it'll be DMZ 2 or Blackout 2 or something new entirely. I'm really hoping that's what's happening, and all the best developers, all the best teams, most of the resources are going towards something we don't know about. Because if this is the best they're going to do, if this is what Call of Duty is going to be like with its kind of seasonal updates moving forwards, it's just really bleak. Anyway, that is how you open the bunkers, and that's what's inside them. I'm sorry it's so disappointing. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this. Why do you think this is happening? Do you think it's going to change? I've had some people in my chat saying maybe they'll start adding stuff when they announce the next Call of Duty. Maybe they'll use the bunkers in some interesting way. Maybe those back doors will open. Who knows? Maybe it will get more exciting. But right now, I'm pretty disappointed about this.